Welcome to our hands-on warm-up into Gen AI prompting. To get started, we will do an end-to-end example of a single functional process, HR recruiting. We picked recruitment because it is a general process that almost all of us have been exposed to at some point. We will use this end-to-end example to get hands-on with the capabilities and limitations of Gen AI, learn how to create different outputs, and start to get our data into AI. We also use this process to understand Gen AI's analysis and decision-making capabilities. So let's get started. In this video, you will learn hands-on practice with AI tools. We engage in practical exercises to apply AI tools effectively in real-world scenarios. Data integration into AI. We acquire skills in feeding organizational data and context into AI models to tailor outputs to specific needs and expectations. AI decision-making and analysis. We start to understand the power of Gen AI to analyze basic data, context, and simple decisions and recommendations. Get a feel capabilities and limitations. We cultivate a critical understanding of what AI can and cannot do, including recognizing potential biases and errors in AI outputs. Learn versatile output methods. We learn how to move beyond text outputs into various options that are extremely useful. End-to-end process. We understand how AI can be used to supercharge productivity in an end-to-end process, setting the stage to do this across all other processes throughout the organization.
I am going to start by going into OpenAI, and please follow with me. If you have your own company, industry, and data, feel free to use it now, or you can just go with me as I do this. I'm going to start with a simple recruitment prompt. You are an expert recruiter with 20 years of experience, 10 years in consulting, 10 years in, I want to do a quick spelling check on that, in operations. Think like a Harvard MBA. Of course, I'm biased since this is the school I went to, but feel free to add whichever school you prefer or that might be applicable to your country. For the last 5 years, you have been an expert in recruiting in the New York, USA area, in healthcare and pharmaceuticals. I'm choosing healthcare and pharmaceutical prompt because this is an industry I'm very familiar with. Please feel free to replace it with your industry. Now to go to the next line, hold Shift and press Enter again. Now you don't need to have spaces in your prompts, but if you're going to do many prompts as well as come back to them, it's good to have great and proper formatting for this. Okay, let's go on. We are XYZ Pharmaceuticals, a 50-year-old company with 500 employees worldwide. We focus on creating life-saving medicine and drugs for humanity. We are setting up a new R&D lab in New York, USA. We offer exciting benefits. And of course, this is just a simulation, so let's have some fun with this. Unlimited vacation days as long as you meet your KPIs and KRAs. KPIs, of course, are key performance indicators. KRAs are key result areas. So, for example, sales or product sales would be a key result area. Total sales growth or percentage sales increase would be a key performance indicator. Second, comprehensive healthcare for you and the entire family, flexible working hours for all-night experimentation, and a couple of things. Let's do health club and gym passes too. And fifth, let's go with free meals for late night work as well as ice cream machine. Obviously, every company is different and we're just having fun with this prompt. Let's move on to the next thing. Now, I did say 450 word prompts, but unfortunately, if I were to do 450 word prompts throughout this exercise, we would be here forever. This would be a 2-3 hour long video, and we're trying to keep each module a little bit shorter. Ideally here, to make it longer, we should have talked more about the company, the labs, the drugs we were researching, what's our HR policies for recruitment, how do we hire, all of that stuff to give it really what it needs to be able to give us some good output. But let's end here, and please help us recruit a senior pharmaceutical researcher to lead this R&D lab in New York, USA. Let's start by writing a comprehensive and detailed job description. And let's run the prompt. Just to remind everyone, we are on ChatGPT 4, the default method for now. Now, while this runs, I do want to say that please use the word comprehensive, detailed, exhaustive, complete. That sets the expectations for ChatGPT in particular to give a much more, frankly, detailed and comprehensive answer. Otherwise, it usually tends to create more short answers that may not have all the content that you would require. I think done a decent job here. Key responsibilities, qualifications, what we offer, and how to apply and all of this. Now, naturally, if we had put a lot more into our prompt, we would have gotten very specific answer for this. Let's go on. Most people at this time in HR would say, hey, let's talk about compensation. Let's assume we did that. We should edit the prompt if you want to update anything or ask it to make changes, quite frankly. But the next steps, let's do it. Please create a comprehensive and detailed evaluation matrix for this role in the form of a table. Use rankings 1 to 5. For each ranking, please give us a detailed methodology and sub-criteria. It's wonderful that we can get tables in. And those tables we can just copy straight off and paste into Excel. And naturally, this is a very small prompt. Ideally, we would have a much larger prompt. We would have given it our existing evaluation criteria format. We would have talked more about what this role is all about, particularly in terms of roles and responsibilities within the organization. We would have put what criteria we have used previously in terms of recruitment that's worked and all of that. But I think you did quite a great job in bringing this table in and a nice methodology and criterion. For the next step, I would love to do is, please, we did have those unlimited vacation days, right? So let's look at getting all the KPIs and KRAs. Please give us the comprehensive and detailed KPIs and KRAs for this role. And let's use the balanced scorecard format for this. Use the balanced scorecard format for each quadrant. Please give us at least 5 points. Now, the balanced scorecard system is a very classic organization alignment tool. It starts with all the way from the board till the last person, giving KPIs and KRAs across 4 quadrants, and it interlinks all of those to align them completely. So you have a fully aligned organization. I love this prompt because it shows ChatGPT and other large language models are very good at understanding all standard business frameworks and systems. So if you have a favorite framework that you want to use for sales, marketing, strategy, manufacturing, HR, you don't have to re-explain the entire thing to ChatGPT. You can just ask it to use that particular framework. Obviously, it only knows framework that existed until end of 2021, but that's a lot. Also, again, to have made this into a very proper prompt, we should have put the balanced scorecard of the board, the people that this person would be reporting to, the people who would have been reporting to this person to round out that full alignment. I think you did a very good job of coming up with KPIs and KRAs. And let's now move to a next prompt. Now, again, before we post this job, we are going to, be very careful to ensure that we have done all the work in HR before. So let's, for example, create a comprehensive interview panel. Please create a detailed and comprehensive interview panel for this role. For each panelist, please give us at least 10 questions. They should ask the candidate to properly evaluate them for the role. And let's run this. Now, some of you might be wondering at this point, why am I so polite to ChatGPT? Well, there are 3 reasons. The first reason is that, 40 years from now, when the AI overlords take over the world, they'll remember I was kind to the grandparents, you were not. And, while you'll be mining in the nickel copper mines, I'll be a supervisor somewhere. There are 2 other reasons. The one, this is how I talk. It's a reflection of my nature. This is how I love to write emails. This is how I love to write messages. And that reflects in here. But the third, and I think the most important one, quite frankly, is that if all of your employees, if all of your partners, stakeholders, everyone will be using prompting in their daily lives, writing 10, 20, 30 prompts. What we figured out is that how you talk to AI, that will become the culture of your company. In our companies and groups, we really wanted people to have very polite and courteous culture. That may not work for you, but just note that as you go through AI, it's a complete transformation of your organization. And so this is a great time to also think about the culture of your organization and how AI can either reinforce it or change it dramatically. And in the next couple of bits in this course, we'll talk more about this and how you can bring your tone, your culture and all into ChatGPT, as well as other AI tools. Great. I think you did a great job in coming up with questions. Obviously, to have a proper prompt, we should have given it the org chart and just copy paste that in. Who should this person have been reporting to? Who are their colleagues, other R&D center heads that are there, so on and so forth, and you have been much better at creating a customized interview panel for you. Let's move on.
We hope this was a great warm-up. In the next module, we will continue creating more complex prompts and outputs to continue our introductory and warm-up journey.